Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, until next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. Why, hello. And welcome to basically the start. Well, really, it's not the start because the start was basically the prologue, but this is the full real start because this is basically the actual first chapter. Actual first chapter for? Well, this is Sacrifice, a life-restoring story. Chapter 1, The Storm. 8 years earlier. The two halves of the photograph flew away in the wind. Max Caulfield watched them drift away into the storm, and as he did, her gaze shifted to the distant lights of Clear Bay. What have I done? She thought as tears welled in her eyes. All those lives, all those families, and I, Max Caulfield, became the Joy, and the executor. I got to choose if they live or died. The deaths and the families lost are on my shoulders. I just can't. Her thoughts trailed off as he heard her partner in time, her soulmate, Chloe Price say, Max, I'll always be with you. Chloe stripped her hand into Max's and stood there along her friend as they watched the storm. Debris spun through the air, wind picking their faces as they watched this nightmare of a storm move closer and closer to Acacia Bay. As the realization of the moment weighed heavier on her, Max turned to Chloe and buried her face into her friend's chest. In the cold wind, Max could feel Chloe's warmth and snuggled even closer. Chloe reached out and held Max, knowing Max needed her. Chloe understood the weight of this moment and the pain Max was experiencing. Chloe knew it was unfair for Max to have to make this decision, but she also knew that Max was the only one who could. She looked out upon the destruction as the storm began to swallow Cave Bay like some starving hellhound that cornered its prey. So a moment passed. The two girls slowly turned and walked back down the hill. The remains of the lighthouse were crumbling and coming apart. Its light long faded in the storm, left a destroyed building, and it looked eerily like something out of a horror movie. Chloe half carried Max down the hill and back to the truck. Chloe knew Max only weighed 110 pounds. Soaking wet, but here on this weather-beaten hill, Max felt like she weighed hundreds more. Chloe knew it was the weight of the decision that Max carried with her. As Chloe helped Max into the truck, she reached behind the seat to find an old towel, smelling it, making sure it didn't stink too badly. She handed it to Max. Max did not respond. She showed no emotion and just stared blankly into space. Chloe reached out and wrapped wipe water from Mass's eyes. Cory knew it was a mixture of tears and rain, making sure Mass was safely in the truck. Cory walked around to the driver's side and climbed in. She was thankful to be out of the rain and wind. She looked over at Mass and a look of concern swept across Cory's face. Mass, you can use the towel to dry off. I knew you have to be hella wet and cold. Mass, looking down at the towel, responded, Thanks, Cory. I am pretty stoked. Mass took the towel and ran it over her hair and face and tried to absorb as much water as she could through her clothes. Chloe, Mass started in a small voice. What do we do now? I just destroyed the town. I just ended so many lives. Spotlight veil, Maxine Caulfield. Chloe could feel the anger boiling up in her. Not at Mass, but city situation. At the hands of course Mass had been dealt. You did not ask for this. We did not ask for this. The situation was an impossible one, and you handled it the best way you could. So don't go beating yourself up over your choice. Mass and Cory sat in the truck for what felt like forever. There was an uncomfortable silence that snuck them both. As the monitor of what this happened melted the air. The storm began to die down and morning side began to lighten. Cory could see the sun starting to rise through the wavering clouds. It was almost peaceful. Almost. She looked over at Max and could still see the pain on her friend's face. Cory was thankful to be alive, yet something was worrying her. Was Max's decision to save me now responsible for hurting her? Cory thought. In this moment, she could not imagine Max in pain, and to think she might be the cause. Max? Cory began. I know you're in pain. I know you're hurting. I can see it. I know you're sad and angry for the life's lost. But, do you regret saving me? Max turned to look at Chloe. Tears filled her eyes as she reached down with both hands and took Chloe's hands and pulled herself closer to Chloe. Never, Max replied. Never, not in 1,000 years. I wouldn't trade you, not for anyone. We are still and always will be Max and Chloe. Chloe was not sure how to respond. Max saved her life so many times. Max sacrificed everything. Max had to watch her die. Max helped her find a Rachel Amber. Max was there. Max was always there. Even when her dad died, Max did the best he could to be there for Chloe. Yes, the tape recorded was a hella stupid substitute, but Max tried. Max always tried. For me, Chloe realized. Max. With that, she reached out with both hands and held Max's face. She pushed the fear, the ecstasy, and the butterflies away and laid in and kissed Max just as Max had done days before and caught her off guard. She could think of nothing else, no other way to say the words that were building in her heart. Max returned her kiss. As her lips separated, she scooted across the seat to be next to Chloe. Chloe pulled her arm around her and held her tight. Chloe did not know what the day would bring, but for now, she was at peace. She hoped Max was too. She could feel Max's breathing slow, Her body relaxed as Max drifted off to sleep. Koi's eyes began to feel heavy, and she joined her friend in a much-needed sleep. As the sun rose higher in the sky and the noontide in hour approached, Master Koi stirred. "Good morning, sleepyhead," Koi whispered to Max. Max sat up and for a moment looked around in confusion. Was it real? Was the storm real? Were the events of the last few days real? She thought, please be a dream. Chloe! Max began. What's going on? What time is it? Yeah, Max, that's what the big ball of fire in the sky means. Sun good. Sun warm. Chloe sarcastically responded while giving Max a final squeeze. It's around once, I think. Hell, I don't know, Max. Hell, I don't know. Max? Yes, Chloe? I think it's time to leave Acadia Bay. There's nothing left, nothing here for us. Max, concerned about everything, Chloe looked at her friend and asked, "Should we check on the people or look for people? What about Joyce or David?" No, Max. No, I do not think we should. There would be questions and no answers. Working for others was just way too heavy on us. And what can we do? We can't change it. We need to go. What would we say to people? How can we explain any of this? This bit has taken so much from us and never given anything back, so I think it's time we just go. Let's drive the hell out of here and put a KV in our past. Max was thought that Chloe had such hate for the town, but she knew deep down that Chloe truly had reasons to hate KB. Well, she's more than she did. This town took her father, give her a stepfather so unlike her dad, took Rachel from her, and gave the Pritzots their fortune so they could probably get away with murder. You know what, Chloe? Max answered. You're right. Chloe loved the sound of that idea. Where shall we go? Chloe looked over at Max and asked. Seattle? Max shook her head. No, not Seattle. Max thought about her parents, and while she would love to see them, there would be too many questions and no answers. Then where, Super Max? Where you want to go? Max was not sure, but she knew one thing. South. Let's go south. I've always wanted to see San Francisco. South it is. Chloe responded with a huge grin on her face. Chloe turned the key in her ignition, and the truck wheeled to life. She reached over to grab Max's hand and gave it a straight squeeze. She put the truck in drive, and they left the lighthouse for the last time. As they drove down the overlook towards Acadia Bay, both girls could feel a sense of dread building in the pit of their stomach. They knew they were about to get a first-hand look at the destruction. They entered Acadia Bay and immediately gasped. Barely any buildings stood. Boats had been spawned around like toys, and there was debris everywhere. As they passed the Two Wheels Diner, Max tightened her grip on Chloe's hand. She knew this would be hard on Chloe. To see the Two Wheels destroyed would be painful for Chloe. The diner was visibly visible. Fink's RV had been tossed on top of the entrance like a toy car. A family of deer fell in the roadway and ran as the truck approached. It was then that Max noticed the streets carrying things in the road and along its sides. What is that? she wondered aloud. Bodies. Max held her breath. Make it stop, she thought. Please make this nightmare end. Try faster, Coy. I do not want to see this. The bodies were everywhere, some covered with sheets, but others still laying in the open. Is anyone alive? How can anyone be alive? I did this, Max thought. Then she realized that they saw no signs of human life, no sign that this was once a town. It was empty except for death and destruction. Mouse felt like she might throw up, and she began to tremble, to sick at the sight before her. Chloe looked over and realized what her friend was going through. Chloe could tell the pain and loss on her friend's face. She knew Max felt hella guilty and probably suffered from some sort of shock. It wasn't helping that she couldn't do anything. She was even more frustrated because she could not drive faster. The police and the roads made this treacherous enough. As she looked over at Max, she could see the pain and the sadness on her face. She reached out to comfort Max. At the edge of town, Chloe stopped the truck for a moment. The open world was before them, and where it led, she did not know. But she knew that she had Max, and they would be together. The future was theirs. Like a flash of light, memories came flashing back. This was the moment she had dreamed about for so long. The moment caught Chloe off guard. She was not prepared to be leaving Arcadia Bay right now. Her mind wandered and caught a glimpse of a fleeting memory of her and Rachel and their plans to leave all those years before. Chloe smiled and thought to herself, I am doing it, Rachel. It may not be with you, and you may not be here with me, but I am finally leaving this hellhole. Wherever you are, I just wanted you to know that I love you, Rachel Amber, and part of me always will. I could not stop the awful shit you had to go through, but I will stop it or anything else like it from happening to Max. I love her. I will protect her. Unlike how I feel to protect you. Chloe could feel the tears swell up in her eyes, but she quickly wiped them away. She knew she had to be strong for Max. Max walked over at Chloe and saw her wipe the tears from her eyes. It surprised Max that Chloe was upset, and she wondered why. All Chloe has ever talked about is leaving this place. Now that we are, is she upset? I really don't understand. Max, knowing the gravity of the situation and all the shit they were facing, did not want to burden Chloe with any questions. As Chloe gazed out the window, she saw the K Bay sign she had seen for so many years. Thank you. Come again. Yeah, F that. Chloe thought, and with that she gave the truck some gas and she left Max. She and Max left for K Bay forever. The past was finally behind them. Or so they thought. And that's the chapter! Hi everyone. This is Emma 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!